Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I just want to give you guys tips. Because of the situation in Nigeria right now, the currently strike, and most of the federal universities, if not all, are on strike. So Kwara State University has actually become a hot cake, because our school is actually not on strike. So a lot of people have been aspiring to come to Kwara State University. A lot of people have applied to come to Kwara State University. So as a student of Kwara State University, I decided that I'll give you guys tips, things you need to know before you pack your bag and start. I heard that admissions have already started going on, meaning the people have already started getting admissions to school. So keep your fingers crossed and pray. I also pray that if any of you that is watching this right now will be lucky and you get admitted, and you meet up with your friends and all, you enjoy the school life. Kwasu is actually a very, 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 very nice school. So on this video, I'll be giving you guys tips. I'll give you guys 5 tips that you would need as especially things you really need to know before you come to school, or if I don't think you'll be in school right now because you just left school. So I'm just giving you guys 5 tips you need to know before coming to Kwasu. I'm certainly here not to tell you don't follow boys and the likes. I feel like a certain time will come in your life when there are decisions you make for yourself. So you can do whatever you want. It's a university setting. Like when I got to school at first, I was in the school hostel when I got to school. So in the morning I saw the school hostel was empty. I did not have my departmental timetable. I don't think it was out by then. So everybody went to class, and I did not know people that were in my department in the hostel at that time. So I saw that the hostel was empty. Obviously other people went to class. You get, when I came out, I was like, and did you send everybody out? The sister laughed because she understood, because I came from a boarding school, in the morning they teach everybody out to go to school. So I had that thing in my head. I remember when I was in my direct entry program at Ilorin, sometimes our director would come and take us go to class. You get, so I thought maybe everybody in the school, since it was the school hostel, you understand, they would make everybody go to class. Not when everybody was inside their room chilling, pressing their phones. Everybody was around, but people were just doing their thing inside their rooms. You get, so it's your life. Like the literal saying, the ball is in your court. It's when you get there, you understand. The ball is in your court. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. Seriously, you can do whatever you want to do with your life. But my number one tip today is that Kwara State University calendar is very, very fast. There was a certain time they released exam timetable, and we're in the middle of the session, and we thought they were going to postpone exams. Seriously, they didn't postpone exams. They wrote that exam. Like, they wrote that exam immediately. They shared that timetable. Everybody thought it was a joke, because they just came back from I think mid semester break or something, and a week after that or some days after that they released exam timetable. So Kwara State University timetable, our sessions are very, very, very quick. So in my own best advice, you should do what brought you to school. But when you get to the school, can cruise around, but seriously, do what brought you to school to save it. Okay, even though you meet a lot of people, seriously, if you came to study, you meet people that came to study, you get, you obviously meet other types of people, right? The way our parents say, you go into the world, you meet the good, bad, and ugly, and the likes. So you meet a whole different kind of people. But if you really came to study, you meet people that came to study, you should, my own best advice, go for that tutorial. Seriously, go for that. But join that study group if you can. Be in the right people, because that advice will give freshers that your 100 level is the time for you to build up your CGPA. Seriously, don't take that advice for granted. My 100 level result was very, very nice. Seriously, I at some point I was scared because I had spent like 4 years, 3 years plus at home after I finished school. So I was scared that I might not be able to meet up, but my 100 result was very, very okay. To the glory of God. I wish I had done better, but the way it is, I was very, very happy with my results. Seriously. And you know that if you're currently entering as a direct entry student, you know that you're not be doing 100 level, you'll be entering directly 200 level. So you know you're going to just be jumping into your main courses, not like 100 level students that did their physics, chemistry, and the likes. So your 200 level, you have to work very, very hard. My own tip that I can give you is the best way to build up a CGPA is your GNS. Seriously, the GNS is the best way for you to build up a CGPA as a direct entry student. You're coming from maybe IGMB and the like, you might have, or pre-degree, all those things. You have experience. You might be taught some other things too, but your GNS seriously is the best way for you, because I think you'll be doing like 4 or 5 GNSs in your 200 level if you're a direct entry student. So that's the best way for you to build up your CGPA. And another tip for these students is please stop rolling with stay lights. Have friends that are these students. If you're rolling with stay lights, you feel like, because tailors already did their 100 level, do you get? Or yeah, tailors already did their 100 level. You're coming in, and if you mingle with them, you feel too relaxed. So what I'm trying to make you understand is that you're not less of a direct, and you're not less of a 200 level student because you're rolling with people that are new to like you. So you need them to remind you that you're just coming in. Don't just start rolling with daylight. Daylight, they already know their way around the school. You need people that are of like minds, that are thinking the same thing, the ones that are studying. You understand? So that they'll at least remind you to go to class. I don't know how to put this thing for you guys to understand, but you need friends that are these students. You're not less of a 20 level student because you're really with freshers like you. That's the information I'm trying to pass. You get? So yeah, as a D student, you need friends that also D student. At least you guys are thinking the same. We just came and we're trying to build up our CGPA. I like to make realize that are actually intentional about helping you. You get? But the way it's like to take that 200 level might not be the way you as a D student, because the departmental cut-off mark remains departmental cut-off mark even though you're a 200 level student, or you're just coming as a D student. However you came in, it still remains the same. So you're trying to meet up, so you should have people that you guys are thinking about it together. And number two is network. Ha! Network is bad in Malete. Like, let me give you guys a short insight. When I came to Kwara State University, my main SIM card was 9 Mobile, and 9 Mobile was totally dead in Malete. So when I got to school, I had no network at all. My dad dropped me off, and after 1 week of dropping me off, they could not reach me because I did not have any other SIM other than 9 Mobile. So I had to go back up my Glow SIM card before they were able to reach me. My daddy was even contemplating on changing my school because of the way network was very bad, because he thought, like, would he not be able to reach me throughout my schooling or things like that. So that was it, sharp. Network is really bad in my latest. So to be on the safe side, maybe you should have all the SIM cards. I have all the SIM cards because there are times that Glow will just go off totally, anything will go off totally. So like they used to rotate the thing. So in your best interest, have all the SIM cards if possible. I have all. So when one is off, you can help yourself with the other, because it can be really frustrating, especially times when they do like upload something on a portal or do something that's when you think it should be work, or when you're browsing and things going like that, then it could just go off. Or when, most especially when you do something important, it can be really frustrating. So have all the SIM cards. Recently, 9 Mobile works in school because there are times when my Glow will go down totally, and I would see that my 9 Mobile will actually pick up and browse, because when I first came, 9 Mobile was not browsing. Well, nowadays, like, the browsers in Maliki, so glory be to God. So network is a problem on its own in Maliki. So you should make sure you get all the SIM cards. If you can, please get all the SIM cards to save yourself the stress. So my third tip is to buy your foodstuffs in bulk. Things are quite expensive in Malete. Please buy your things in bulk. I prefer when I buy things in bulk and bring it to Malete, because things are very expensive, and you might not get everything you want in Malete. Sometimes even to get carrots self is a problem, because they have to bring the things from a lorry, and before it gets here, by the time I looked for carrots in Malete, the carrots came around 12 to 1. Sorry. So if as as it would pay you to get your things in bulk when coming, or if you are opportune to be going to lorry to get them by yourself, you're based in a lorry, lucky you. But if you're not, please buy your things in bulk when coming, and especially for business owners too. You'd have to be going to a lorry to go and get your things. Actually, what I do is, when I want to get things for my baking, she sends them that I pay, and she sends them down for me to school. Because the whole traveling thing too is not my thing. So I actually buy things in Malite, but when I see that no, I can't do this, I send the money to a lawyer and they send it for me to school. You get even your food stuff applied. If you have somebody that can actually buy it and send it to you, if you're not somebody that likes going up and down like me, so that one too will pay you. And for transport to everywhere in Malite. When I first got to Malite, it was 15 naira. Now it's now 100 naira. They tell you that things are cost, blah blah blah. I'm very sure that when freshers come, they will increase the price because you know that you guys are novice. But just when the transport to everywhere is 100 naira now. Another thing is how you dress. Most class sites know that our dressing is round neck and trouser because the thing is the school takes dressing seriously to an extent because even though you say don't dress improperly and dress properly, if you're somebody that is very curvy, you might still be sent home if they feel like it's not proper. So to be on the safe side, just wear a round neck and jean and going to school. I know when I was sent, I'm not a very curvy person, actually very slim. But the first time I got to school, I wore armless to school, and I had practical that day, and it was a test, and I didn't know that armless was not allowed. You get me? We used to wear pretty dress and just armless, and I wanted to rock that dress to school. When I got to school, I was wearing my lab coat, so nobody knew, but towards the beginning of the practical, I took off my lab coat, and there was this woman that came, I wanted to send it back home, and it was a test. I had to beg. There was another lady that came and begged for me. That was how I was able to write that test that day. But if you're not lucky, you'd be sent home no matter what. I have friends who have been sent home even when they had tests or classes, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So to be on the safe side, you should dress properly to school to avoid being sent home. Generally, Malete is divided into three, I believe four. I believe destinations are divided into three. There's Western, there's Safari, there's the school road, and there's Malete itself. Everywhere you're going to shall falls under these four places. You guys get it? So you're either going to Western Safari, school road, or Malete, like Malete itself. But the main places are Western and Safari Sha. But yeah, that's the four places. So in case you're getting accommodation, as a fresher you probably getting school hostel or private hostel. In another video I'll talk about the accommodation you should not get. Just now the school hostel that I stayed was a nightmare. I literally ran away. So I'll talk about that in another video. But Malaysia is better into those places, and that will probably be getting accommodation unless you want to stay inside the school. You guys get it? So that's how it's like. And we're entering the dry season, so water might be a problem depending on where you're residing. We're gradually approaching dry season, so yeah, depending on where you're residing, water could be a problem because all the wells will probably be drying up. Water tends to be a problem by the and lights, guy. Buy a power bank because obviously you can pay to charge, but buy a power bank it will help you seriously. I have one too because light issues is nowhere my sometimes we just take the lights and sometimes it'll be light. But every time that students went for break, especially when students are not around, you used to have like really well because you know that population of people have reduced, so we used to have light in school when people are normal. Last time I got to school, I knew somebody because I did IGMB at Ilorin and I knew Lovett. So when I got to school, well, it's not really a problem for me moving around because he already went ahead and prepared a place for us. So when I came, she was just showing me around. That was actually good for me. But if you don't come early, I talked to some people and they're like, some people are misleading them. Like, if you enter inside the school yet and not like looking for your college or your department is lecture. A couple of people told me about how they mislead them and you're going to find their department. They will just tell you to go this way and you wander around the school for hours thinking that you are correct because they do it every year. You're not lucky, you might meet people that will mislead you too. Yeah, if you carry out documents, do documentation and the likes, then you'll be very clueless because you're a fresher. Unless you know somebody, it's actually very easy to manage around the school unless you have somebody telling you that seriously, there are people that do that thing every year. So thank you guys for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and share to your friends that you know that this video will be helpful to. And if you want me to do a video on any other thing you'd like to know, kindly leave a comment. I'll be glad to see your response.